everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and today I have for you the brand new CADDX GOFILM 20. So this little baby is the first 4K Starlight FPV drone and it's also the first FPV drone by CADDX. As you can see, it has prop guards on it. So what does that mean? That means you can fly it indoors. Oh, also it weighs under 250 grams. So what is the claim to fame with this little FPV drone from CADDX? You know, I say CADDX, a lot of people say CADDX. Anyways, I say CADDX. Well, the claim to fame is basically it's a 4K drone with the Moonlight kit. What does that mean? That means if you're out filming, because they call it a filming quad, if you're out filming, you can film indoors or outdoors in day or night, and you'll see images in your goggles, and the footage that comes back is supposed to be pretty good. Now, I'm going to tell you right now from flying it, this flies like a dream. I would say this has to be one of my favorite quads for flying. The camera's pretty good, but it is Walksnail, and Walksnail, I did a video on Walksnail recently. They have the brand new Walksnail Goggles L, and you could use these goggles with that, or you can use the Avatar HD goggles, which I used in this video. So it does have 2-inch 3-bladed props. It does have really good motors, very efficient motors for the speed and how powerful this thing is. The motors, if I read them, they're 1303 at 6000 kV. It's got a built-in XT30 plug at the back, so you just plug your battery in. What battery would you use? Well, I used the 4S battery. They say it could go down to like a 2S battery, but I don't think a 2S battery is going to have enough power, but I used a 4S, like 720, 750 milliamp hour LiPo battery. They say the recommended battery for this is only a 4S 650 milliamp hour LiPo battery. Now, you can only get this with one type of receiver, and it's built onto the circuit board. It's an ELRS receiver, but it's not ELRS SPI. It's a real ELRS receiver, so you will need some sort of radio that's ELRS. So in this review video, you're going to see I use my T15 by Jumper. When it comes to Walksnail, in the past, every drone I flew that had Walksnail in the system, well, there's no stabilization. So if your drone is bouncing around in the air like this and the wind and everything, so is your video. You have to take the video and you have to stick it in GyroFlow software, which is free. It's really simple to use. You just drag your video file into it and it stabilizes it and it looks crazy. But the claim to fame on this guy is it has built-in electronic image stabilization. So they're saying basically, hey, you don't need GyroFlow with this. It's built in. But not everything could be so good that it's perfect. Let me tell you, I prefer the GyroFlow to the built-in image stabilization. So let me try to show you the differences right here. So I'm going to show you some video of me flying this at sunset. You normally don't fly FPV drones at sunset because they can't record video, but this thing can because it's designed for low light. And in the video footage I'm going to show you, I'm just going to compare the different resolutions along with GyroFlow, no GyroFlow, or built-in stability, and you'll see what I mean. So watch this, then come back to me. So here I am at my flying field, and you can see the sun is setting and the street lights are on. And here we have footage straight out of the camera. This is 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second with 0 stabilization. The image is somewhat smooth, but the horizon is curved. And here we have the same footage after I placed it in GyroFlow stabilization. And you can see the image is now stabilized and the horizon is flat. Here we have another example of the video footage straight out of the camera with no stabilization added. And this is the footage after I ran it through GyroFlow stabilization. Now this video you're watching was recorded at 2.7K 60 frames per second using the built-in brand new electronic image stabilization. I don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is because it crops in the image. It zooms in and out of the frame automatically every now and then, so you never know what you're going to get on the other end. Now the CADDX GOFILM 20 can record at 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. The video you see is straight out of the camera with no stabilization applied. Here I've placed the 4K footage through GyroFlow stabilization and the resulting image is as you see on the screen. I think this is the resolution most people will film at because it's really good, especially in low light, and going through GyroFlow it looks phenomenal. Now I threw this in just to show you the quality of the camera. This was filmed after the sun had long set, so it actually looks like there's light happening, but there's not. It's dark outside. Look at the street lights are on And as I fly close to the school, you're going to see the lights on in the school that are left on at night and the portables around the side of the school. So the camera somewhat converts night into day for the image quality, although as you can see looking around, there's lots of grain in the image, but it still looks pretty good. So once again, all that filming was as the sun was setting, and then the final video I showed you was after the sun set in 4K. That's 4K footage filmed from this with no light, just the street lights on, and it looked like there was daylight happening. It's really good at filming. Of course, you get a little bit of grain in the image, but you can remove that with lots of software. So everything does record to a micro SD card that you stick inside the unit on the bottom, just like a DJI system. And speaking of the DJI system, I find Walksnail Avatar is getting closer and closer to DJI. The great thing about Walksnail is that it usually costs half the price of a DJI module. So if you get into the world of digital and you buy yourself some goggles and you buy yourself some Walksnail Avatar type drones, camera systems in them, it's going to cost you half as much as if you did that with DJI. So now I'm going to show you my full review on this baby. Hopefully it's not too long. I'll try to chop it down so it's not a super long video. And I do want to mention the following. When I went out to fly this, I was flying with my goggles here, my Avatar goggles. And I could have sworn I set the video resolution setting to 4K and then I was going to put it in GyroFlow later. But no, I stuck it at 1080p 60 frames per second. So it's not the best resolution because it's lower than 4K. But anyways, so get over that and you'll see it here in this review. Check it out. This is the test I normally do where I test out how loud the noise from the props is on a drone that's under 250 grams. Today is not a really good day because check out the trees. It's pretty windy. So my microphone might pick up more wind sound. I just want to show you. Here I have the recommended battery. They recommend use a 654S LiPo battery, so that's what I have on here. All right, let's go test out how noisy these props are. Now when our little drone lifts off, this wind is going to blow it in some direction. I don't know, but we're going to see it go fly. I'm going to try to keep it straight. Here we go. It's armed. We're going up. Well, you know what? It's not doing too bad. I guess it's so small in size, the wind is not bothering it too much. You can see it's on a little bit of an angle, but overall it's doing well. So how noisy is it? So let me just bring it closer to my microphone without hitting my face. It does sound like an FPV drone. It does have that high-pitched sound. Got to keep it over here. Whoa, that wind is just blowing, and it's a cold wind. I don't think it would bother people because you can hear my voice over the noise of the props. There we are, right by my head. I'm going to try to catch this out of the air without staring at the sun. Boink! Got it. Okay, so let's go take this for a flight on this windy day. It's going to get bounced around, but let's go. So for the Maiden Flight, I'm going to fly it on a 750 milliamp hour LiPo battery, 4-cell battery, and we'll see how much flight time we get in this wind. Also, because it's super sunny out right now, I'm going to put this ND8 filter that came with this drone, and I'm going to stick it over the camera. So you can see here, it just slides over the lens and it holds itself in place. And when it's on, you have an ND8 filter, so that should block out some of the sunlight and slow down the shutter. We'll plug this baby in and we're ready to go. Let's go check out the oh my god, it's windy out here, baby. Let's get an acro.
Flight mode acro.
Here we go. This is the Maiden baby. I've got very little throttle. It does fly very fast, surprisingly for the size of it. Little 2-inch props. Come down by the porta potties and back over to me. Tilt it. There we go. All right, how does it do with little rolls? I'm sure it does well, but let's try it. There we go, not too bad. Let's try the other way. This is all being done in the wind, so it is very much affected by anything I do. Checking the battery voltage, all looks well. Let's come down and miss some objects in the wind. I don't know how well we're gonna be able to do this. I don't know this area super well because it's all changed since I used to fly here. Let's go this way. I just have to be careful not to get pushed from side to side with this wind. And I see a gentleman walking over there who got off the bus. Come back this way. Let's see if we can go along the pathway. There we are. Seems pretty good. No issues there. Miss all the trees. Come on down. Let's go through the clubhouse. Go this way. So far so good. That's all this stuff. Come on back this way. And yeah, seems to fly well. This is in the wind. I have no issues controlling it. Let's see if I can get through these trees. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Whoa, that was a little scary with the wind pushing me from side to side around those trees. All right, if it was a non-windy day, I tell you, this thing would be awesome for flying because you can get it to go very slow. Today is not the day for that. See if I could control it enough to get underneath this. It's a big hole, but the wind is pushing me in weird and wonderful ways. There we go. Let's go this way. All right, let's, I'm gonna bring it closer to me and I'm gonna check out the battery power. I will say it's a very enjoyable quad to fly because even with the wind, it's very easy to keep the nose pointing straight. And let's bring it back for a landing. Oh, the wind's got it going sideways, but here we go. It didn't like that. So once again, a 750 milliamp hour LiPo battery was used, and I will put up here how much flight time I was flying for, and I will tell you the percentage remaining. So there we go, 15% battery remaining after flying for this amount of time with this battery. So that's not bad. Now, as you can imagine, the GoFilm 20, being a compact drone, really has no place to put an external camera. You see up here, like there's no mount, nothing comes included in the box to place a mount up there. I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on that, and I'm gonna take an Insta360 Go 2 camera and plop it up top. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so we have a little bit of alien tape. Put our alien tape up here, take our camera and stick it on top as well. And on both cameras, I do have an ND filter, so I can already tell with the added weight, I can feel the difference in weight. I'm gonna get much less flight time. I don't know how this is going to handle with all that weight on the nose, but let's try it. Plug this in. There we go. Ooh, the sunlight has gone out, but this is the image from the Insta360 Go camera. Just my luck. I'm about to go fly. I have ND filters on both cameras and the sun is behind a cloud. So that's not good. ND filters require bright sun, so this is not good. It might be a little grainy, but we'll give her a shot. All right, so here we go with the extra weight. Oh, it goes up. So here we go. I'm going to show you a split view of both cameras. So what does that look like? Do you like one or the other or neither? There we are, flying through. I don't want to hit anything because my cameras will go flying since they're just double-sided tape on. Seems to fly okay. I don't really notice the extra weight. Seems to fly nice. The reason I'm near this school, it is a holiday today. The reason I'm near the school is because it blocks a little bit of the wind. So if I go down little passages like over here, I'll slow it down. Go down this little passage without hitting the trees. I should be out of the vicinity of the wind. But if I go up high, I'll get the wind. Let me show you what I mean. See this flag? That's the wind. Yeah, stay away from that. And if we go over the building, we have all our solar panels up top. Oh, that one is missing that solar panel. Now you see that? See how dark it is? That is the sun. The sun is behind a cloud. So now with ND filters, ooh, scary. It gets dark, 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 dark. So yeah, you always want to fly in bright sunlight with ND filters, not darkness or anything like this with shades. It doesn't look too good. Come back down this path. Try not to hit anything over the tree. And then let's come and land back to me. Oh, the wind is just a-blowing. Oh, I gotta bring it down. I will say, even with the strong wind, look at this. I'm holding it in the air and it is doing extremely well. So this is exceptional. A little drone like this to be able to fly in winds as they are, that's pretty darn decent. All right, let's bring it over here. We'll land it close to that camera. Just spin it around. So I will say so far, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm kind of impressed. I did it again. That's twice I did that. All right, so now with this wind blowing, get this off my head with the wind blowing it back up. What I'm gonna do now is take the battery off and I'm gonna tell you how long I was flying for and I'm gonna check the voltage. It's exactly the same size battery I used in the first flight and we'll see what the voltage is after flying with the extra weight of the camera up front in the wind. Here we go. Come on, unplug. There we go. Oh, and my camera even stuck to the battery. Check that out. All right, so what is the remaining voltage? That is how long I flew. and here is the percentage remaining. Can you see that? It's 11%. 11% is what is showing after flying for this amount of time. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. Of course, if it wasn't windy and I didn't put an external camera on it with the extra weight, you get more flight time, as you saw in the first video. But the first video I was flying in the wind as well, so that took away a little bit of the flight time. And the next thing I want to show you is what you get in the box if you buy this baby. So check it out and then come back to me. Here we have the box the GoFilm 20 comes in. Opening the box, you'll find the GoFilm 20, and below the GoFilm 20 would be the accessories. You'll note that the camera mount has built-in vibration dampening to avoid any jello. Here we have the bottom of the drone, and you can see it is designed to take a hard landing. I'm not really sure what the construction of the materials is for the base plate. Here we have the top of the drone, and again you can see it's really designed to take a hard impact. The prop guards are very flexible and they should not break. Accessories included in the box include a spare battery strap, a USB-C cable so you could connect the drone to Betaflight configurator, an ND8 camera filter is included for bright sunny days, a full set of spare props are included, as well as a set of screws. You also receive an Allen key and firmware update cable. And finally, a very helpful quick start guide is included. Total weight of the drone without a battery is only 117 grams. All right, so you're back to me. What are my final thoughts on this drone? Well, I will say, as I mentioned at the start of this video, it's one of the best drones I've ever flown. Man, I don't know what they did to the tuning on this drone, but it is really good. You can get it to do anything you want. If you're a brand new FPV pilot or you've been in the hobby for a long time, this thing will do exactly what you want it to do. It doesn't have any weird tendencies. As for the camera system, it's definitely good for digital. You know, the image back to your goggles is like 1080p, 60 frames per second. It's like super high resolution and it's all digital. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking and just say this product is available at the links below this video. If there's a discount code, go check it out. There might be one below this video. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions on this little guy, the GoFilm, well then post them below and I'll get back to you. But for now, I say I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I will catch you in a future video with many more cool reviews. Until then, I say bye.